Good morning and welcome to the Perkins Garage's YouTube channel for a Ford EcoSport walk around video. Busy day ahead of us today here at Perkins, so if you want to see the rest of them, can I recommend clicking the subscribe button, and that way you'll be in tune with all the latest Perkins Garage's content. So this here is a frozen white Ford EcoSport ST Line X, featuring the 1 litre EcoBoost producing 125 PS of power. That 125 PS of power is transmitted through a 6-speed manual gearbox. The vehicle is registered on a 72 registration, meaning we're going to be taking Ford warranty with us until September 2025. The vehicle has done just under 6,000 miles, but like always, I'll get you the exact number once we're on the dash in a moment. So let me walk you around this beautiful Ford EcoSport. So the first port of call, like ever, is the near side front bumper. Then I can present to you the beautiful remote central locking key. Clicking the unlock button in turn is going to wake up the daytime running lights. The bit that appears to be flashing in your video at the moment is simply because the frequency in which my camera records at. But let me assure you, they're not flashing. They just give other road users the ultimate visibility, so you're always going to be seen on the road. So just below those lovely LED headlights are front fog lights, and now we can start to make ourselves around the front of the bumper. This vehicle is fitted with a driver assistance pack, and I shall cover that in its entirety in a moment. So we're coming around, look how beautiful that grille is as well. So we've got the gloss black trims there with the frozen white, giving it that two-tone colour aesthetic. Moving around, we get to these beautiful these are Y-spoke design alloy wheels. They are 17 inches in diameter and they are finished in a magnetic grey colour. As you can see, we have the silver painted brake calipers, and the tyres fitted to this one are the Pirelli P7 tyres. And again, give you a good look at those as they're in marvellous condition. To draw your attention up quickly, we've got some nice ST line badges on the front wing there, and again we have a load of sensors. First sensor there is a light sensor, if you can see it, and that will turn on your headlights automatically as the sun goes down. Further north in the windscreen we have a couple more sensors. One is a rain sensor, one is a traffic speed sensor, and that will read out the traffic speed signs on the dash in front of you. Obviously, I guess you know what the rain sensor does. That's for the automated wipers. Further north we have matte finished roof rails, so if a roof box is your cup of tea and you need to get one on, very easily to achieve. Right, so I'm going to bring you back down to the body quickly, lock the vehicle using the remote central locking key once again, and I can pop that back in my pocket. Taking the camera to half zoom, because on the door handle these 3 lines signify we have keyless entry. So if you're approaching the vehicle with shopping or a child in your hand or anything really, one simple touch behind the door handle there will unlock the vehicle, and touching on those 3 lines once more will then lock the vehicle. So please note, we also have power folding and heated door mirrors. The keyless entry will expire after about 20 seconds if you don't open the door, so look out for those mirrors folding back in once more. To two-way colour scheme again, so the frozen white and the rear privacy glass, the roof rails and the front grille, it makes it look a really nice colourway on this one. So now we are at the offside rear of the vehicle, so we're going to start nice and high up, and at this stage of the video I just shimmy the camera down the body, hopefully displaying to you at home just how wonderful the condition of this EcoSport is. Obviously you're not here in person, so I'm trying to give you a feeling for the condition through the beauty of a camera. So then we can link that back round to the offside rear wheel. Oh, it's windy today. And give you a good look at that beautiful 17-inch alloy wheel. Again, we've got another matching Pirelli on this one. So we have rear drum brakes on here. If you don't know what rear drum brakes are, they're different to discs. Rear drums are ultra efficient and ultra low maintenance. So on service they get opened up and checked, but effectively you won't have to replace any parts in there for a very long time. So perfect braking system on the rears for a vehicle this size and weight. Can I apologise if you're hearing any wind noise in the microphone? I'll try my best to alleviate that. So coming around the rear of the vehicle, we can see rear parking sensors, which are complemented lovely with a high definition reversing camera. We shall have a look inside the boot in just a second, but before we do, we're just going to give the exact same treatment to the near side. So again, starting up nice and high, just going to gently rock the camera down the near side of the body. Like so. Unfortunately, as you can see, we have a few reflections of trees this side, but hopefully that still gives you a good idea. Now to the near side rear wheel, once again giving you a good look at that. and then we can follow all the way down to the near side front and give you a good look at that. Again, apologies about any external noise you might be picking up on my microphone this morning. That is the near side front. Right, so that is the exterior done. I don't know how much of this you're actually hearing, but we shall soon find out afterwards. Okay, so the party trick on the EcoSports is the door opens horizontally opposed to vertically. I hope those hand movements cleared things up. It's a very convenient system if you're going straight into parking spaces, and you've got the access to the door there. My other half drives an EcoSport and she absolutely loves it. Underneath the boot liner there is a tyre sealant kit and compressor, so that will fix any screws or nails. Unfortunately, it won't do massive slits in the tyre, but it's a very good emergency system. It's a lot safer to fill your tyre up with a sealant kit than it is changing a spare wheel on the side of the road. So this is the volume of the rear boot space there. As you can see, so it's a very tall vehicle, so you do still get an abundance of space there, big enough for a couple of suitcases. A couple of dogs will sit in there quite happily because of the height of it as well. You know what, it's actually a pretty good vehicle to carry dogs in. Okay, so that's inside the back. Let's have a look inside the front. I need to unlock the vehicle, don't I? Of course. There we are. So now inside the vehicle, starting at the door cards, we have the hard wearing plastic all the way down there, so it can be nice and easy to clean. So if you have kids in the back with sticky fingers, chocolate going everywhere, nice and easy just to wipe clean again. We have 4 electric windows, so we have the corresponding switch on every door card. Spin the camera around for the first time to show you some seats. We have the beautiful ST line interior, so it's an ebony leather around the outsides with a suede material in the lower back and base part. If you do require ISO fixings for the smaller humans of this world, you have one on the left hand rear and one again on the right hand rear. And again, some decent legroom as well. Wicked. Right, now into the front of the vehicle. So to begin with, I'm going to mention it now, we have the uprated B&O audio system. So you can see we have individual B&O speakers around the vehicle. Next to the door handle you can find interior locking, and below on this cluster the electric mirror function and also the folding. We have the locking for the rear windows and also all 4 window controls. I'm spinning the camera around for the last time to show you some beautiful seats. So again, lovely half leather, half suede, and we've got some beautiful red stitching holding it all together. Manually adjustable seats, we have a rear tilt, a height adjustment, a front tilt, and also the forward and backwards is done on the conventional rail underneath. I'm just going to jump inside the vehicle, which you may hear a little bit of distortion on my microphone, so please just bear with me for a moment. Wonderful. Now inside the vehicle, so what I'm going to do here is give you a quick tour around the dashboard. But before we do, to complement the keyless entry system, we have an engine start stop button. So depressing your foot on the clutch pedal, the light will go green. One click of that gains power to the vehicle. So to begin, on the left hand side you can see an RPM times 1000 gauge, counting the revolutions of the engine or the crankshaft, and this is also known as the output power of the engine. At the bottom there we have a coolant temperature sensor and a fuel gauge, and that zooms probably a bit much, isn't it? Didn't need that. Then we have an analog speedo with miles per hour around the outside and kilometers an hour in the middle. We have a digital driver display in the middle section, and you can control that using the arrows up and down, return, OK and menu button on the left hand side of the steering wheel. So this is effectively the home screen, and I'm just waiting for the settings to disappear because then it will come up with the mileage. I said it's just under 6,000. Okay, maybe I've got my number wrong. It's just over 7,000, so 7,163.3 miles on this one to be exact. So apologies about my terrible numbers. Okay, so if I click on the menu button, that then expands the menu there. We can go down into things such as driver assistance. So this is the driver assistance pack on this vehicle. Pre-collision assist, traffic sign recognition, hill start assist, speed limiter, rear park pilot. So you've got some lovely bits of software on there keeping you nice and safe. Into vehicle settings now, you have loads of little goodies such as your lighting settings. That's auto high beam off. Then we've got mirrors, which is your folding mirrors. Windows, this is global unlock and global close. Hold down the key, it will open down the windows for you. We have wipers, which is your rain sensing wipers in there as well. And as you can see at the bottom there, we have the traffic speed sign, currently reading 50 miles per hour. So this sign can be used in a coordination with the speed limiter. So set this to intelligent, and it will change your limiter based on the traffic speed sign you have just driven past. So that's about it for the dashboard. So I might just put my seat back a bit actually, because it might give you a bit more room. There we are. So the left hand side of the steering wheel is where you'll find the buttons for the cruise control. Bottom left is your set speed plus and minus. We have your speed limiter. Bottom right, middle right, and we have the standby button, cancel and resume at the top. So if you don't use cruise control already, it is fantastic for your MPG. So start using it. It's fantastic. It keeps your engine at constant rev range, and you're not depressing the accelerator unnecessarily, effectively wasting fuel. So if you're on a long run on the motorway for a long time, get to grips with cruise control. It's fantastic. Down here, because we have rear drum brakes on this vehicle, we are given a conventional handbrake, and for nostalgia purposes, yes, it does click. 7 clicks is all you need. Down there is sprung loaded cup holders. I'm a fanatic about cup holders, because what's the point of a car without cup holders? You go around a corner, we have roundabouts in this country, and that means your coffee is going to spill everywhere. Oh no, we get given sprung tension cup holders, so keeps your drink firmly in place. These are the control, or gear stick even, for the 6-speed manual gearbox. So as you can see, it's a very positive sensation, and these EcoSports are great fun to drive, not only because of the raised ride height, but because the gearbox and the engine is so fruitful. Down here are all the controls for the heating, ventilation and air conditioning. Fan speed is found to the left hand side, and temperature is found to the right. We have the forward electronically heated windscreen and different demist functions to the left hand side, different flows events found in the middle, and recirculation and air conditioning is found to the right hand side. Just below we have a button there for the automated stop start. We have one to turn off the traction control, and to the left hand side we are given a USB-C, which is about 5 amps of charging, and also a USB-A, which is about 2.1 amps. The USB-A port will be a great media port to connect your phone up and take advantage of Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. So both of those systems are compatible on this screen, so if you have an Android or an Apple phone, plug it in and that will pretty much mirror your phone onto this screen here. Now there's many advantages of Apple CarPlay, so whether you are charging your phone, but my favourite one is the voice command button on the steering wheel. So once you click your voice command button, that will activate your voice assistant. So for me, for example, I'm on iPhone, so I get Siri. If you're on Android, that'll be your Google Assistant. But Siri, you can pretty much ask to do whatever you want. So whether you need to make a phone call, you need to send an audible text message, whether you want to know what the weather's like tomorrow, whether you want to set navigation, but you can pretty much ask Siri to do whatever you like. And obviously that keeps your hands off your phone, which is a win-win. But there's also apps on your phone that are compatible on this screen, such as your music, your podcasts, and even navigation. So I'll come to the forward navigation in a second, but you know, people love using Waze or Google Maps or Apple Maps, but they're all compatible on this screen. So effectively, you have 4 options of navigation with this sync module. So giving you a quick tour around the screen now. Very beautiful system. This is called Sync 3.4. We have the dark blue band at the bottom, so we know it's the middle range software. Clicking audio, we have various sources such as FM, DAB and Bluetooth audio. Next is your phone, so this is your phone connectivity. This is where you can add your phone via Bluetooth, but don't forget, if you're using Apple CarPlay, that'll be superseded anyway. And then we're into your forward navigation. Again, I drive a Ford, I use sync navigation all the time. If you'd like to come to Perkins Garages to have a look at this EcoSport, click the search bar. Once the keyboard is loaded, Charlie Mike 77 6 Sierra Alpha, nice and responsive on the screen, will speak to the GPSs now and navigate your route straight here to Perkins. Obviously I'm not going to click start because I'm here already. Next up, we can go into the settings tab there. This is where you can go into the B&O sound system and adjust all of these wonderful settings. And you have all your radio, navigation, mobile apps and general settings over there. One more swipe to the left and you can see the widget there for the Apple CarPlay. We have automatic updates on this Sync 3.4 module as well, and we even have the Ford Pass Connect app. So download that application to your mobile phone, link 1 and 2 together, and admittedly there's not much you can do, so you can't do remote start by law because this is a manual vehicle, but you still get a few little gadgets in there as well. One more swipe, then we get into ambient lighting. So obviously it's very sunny here today and you're probably struggling with the sun and the wind in the video, but we do have some beautiful ambient lighting that you can set to your own preference. Before we go, I'm just going to pop the vehicle into reverse because that will wake up the rear camera or the rear park pilot, and it will give you nice coloured lines, help you in to any parking space. The top right hand side is the proximity sensors for the rear parking sensors. That will give you an intermittent beep that will increase in frequency as you get closer to the object in question. That's about it for me today. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a lovely Friday, and I'll see you again in an hour for the next one. If you have any questions about this vehicle or any other vehicle we have here at Perkins Garages, please call the number 01376 550 899. If you like the video, subscribe, and I'll be seeing you soon. Bye bye.